And we are back with the second part of the podcast. Um, in in this section, we will talk about happiness, and the reason for that is because this is the International Day of Happiness.
Wow!
Yay! Happy happiness!
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. And of course, Domi and Patrick are still here. Yeah. And I think just let's jump straight into it. Question: what do you consider happiness? Like, how would you describe happiness? What is happiness for you?
Well, the first question I would like to answer to your question is it a temporary thing, or really what is
in the moment, maybe?
yeah, so it's in the moment what you feel, or it can last for days, weeks, years. Because I've seen several opinions about it, but for me, as I see it, it's mostly temporary.
Yeah.
So your mood can shift with the times, and I think this is a mood that can change with the surroundings that will happen to you, and still happiness is state of mind, and it isn't dependent on your surroundings. I like to make it sure. So happiness is dependent on your thoughts. It's dependent on your way of seeing things, not what surrounds you. So you can be a homeless guy. You can be a homeless guy and still happy, and you can be rich and having power and things like that, and still unhappy. So it isn't something that you can earn with money. It isn't something you can earn with connections, but still they can help with things if you're able to control your mind, what we've been talking about in the last episode.
Yeah.
Check that out, guys.
Yeah. 100% agreement on this, as far as like for me. But like, I don't consider myself to be happy at the moment right now. And I believe that for me, happiness is like almost a non-existent stuff. Because what society states, which is happiness, for me it's not. It's like just to put it in like common sense and common thoughts, like what society states happiness is like that you're smiling all day, you are cheerful all day, you are delightful, you are comfortable, you are like motivated throughout the whole day. You don't need to concentrate on the negative stuff that surrounds you because you are so happy that you don't have to mind those things. So society actually tries to state this as a thing when you don't have to think about any other stuff. It's like a peaceful moment that you actually that you can reach easily. Again, not true.
Yeah,
For me,
it's the idea.
yeah. So like this is how it's stated, because on social media every single people seems to be happy. It's easy as that. It's easier to put a smile on your face than really being positive about your state, about your life, your actions, where you're at the moment, what you are able to do at the moment. So like, I would say that I'm not happy, but I'm so driven by the fact that I can evolve, I can improve, and I have the opportunities to reach my goals. I'm more of like I'm like absolutely I know that I am responsible, and with that sense I'm so like thankful for the universe, God, the luck, or something like that, like a greater power that actually has some control of our lives. That I'm so thankful for that stuff, that I have these abilities. I have good health at the moment. I have like sorry for that, by the way, that I am like I have food, I have clean water, I have everything that I need in order to concentrate on be a better person, to work on my goals, and I don't have to mind about these existential stuff that which are needed to be alive in today's world, like food, clean water, and stuff like that. And I don't have to struggle with these basic things. Like in apostrophes, we can mention that these are basic because there are a lot of people out there that these are like not basic. And I'm so thankful for this, and I'm not happy but thankful. And because happiness, I've mentioned what happiness is like stated to be in a societic sense, and I just can't agree with that, because happiness is not the equivalent of being like in a state when you are able to keep moving forward, because I've mentioned previously that happiness is stated to be like a comfortable place, and I don't like to be comfortable. I really try to search for painful situations, search for fear and anxiety, discomfort as well. Also,
What you explained to us is really what I think happiness is. So this is what really counts when we're talking about being happy, being glad, being able to be thankful for the things that you have in life. So it's not about cheerful attitude. It's not about smiling all day. Really, I can completely agree with that. So, also happiness is a personal thing. You will, you will experience it in a different way than us, and we three guys will experience it with different attitude in different situations. So for me, that's what you have explained, Patrick, is the perfect explanation of it.
Yeah,
So when you have stuff to do, you're working on your goals, you have you have something to work on, and you have the stuff that is needed.
that excites you throughout the day, throughout
Yeah.
your life. Yeah.
So
Yeah, maybe
happiness,
you could say that.
you can feel happiness, you can feel happy even if you're struggling and you're having a hard time. Like talking about workouts, I enjoy the whole process even if it hurts.
That's true.
Yeah, but I think see, like, if the process is not like it's not comfortable, then after you proceeded and it's in some sense made you happy, that will be comfortable, and that's cool.
Not.
That
I can't agree with that.
that is cool. I mean, why couldn't you just for a second enjoy stuff? Why couldn't you just for a second be happy, be comfortable? Because you cannot be you cannot always be in discomfort. You cannot always be in pain. You cannot always be in hurtful situations. You cannot always be hurt. That's not gonna be healthy. And yeah, it's not gonna be healthy if you try to stay happy always either. That's not healthy. The fact is that when you've got these situations, then then there will be there are times when you feel comfortable, when you feel convenient in it, because you're happy you did it, and it doesn't make it any less that wow, I did a training for an hour and now I'm resting and now I'm comfortable and I'm proud of myself, I'm happy. It's still a big achievement. You just give yourself to live that achievement. That is very important to you. You give yourself time to really be happy and not just go jump to the next thing, you know?
Yeah, of course.
That is quite important because I think lots of people tend to just miss out on being happy, like on actually living being happy. And that is incredibly important, I think, because in a sense, happiness gives you motivation, happiness gives you comfort, and happiness helps you when you need to be helped. It shows you that there is good in life. and there always will be cute in life. And yeah, that's a lot of general things as well. Happiness is also part of, like, I think what Patrick explained, like a general satisfaction. um but I would like, so I think there is difference between happiness and happiness, like like a difference when you are satisfied with your life and happy, when you are grateful for your things that you have, and it's different when you're happy because you achieved something, or it's different when you are with your friends, when you are enjoying something. So it's all different happiness feelings. All of them are happiness, but still there is a difference, or at least I consider that there is a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
Partly agree with that statement that you've just mentioned. Like for me, um, it's like I can explain the word happiness. What is happiness for me? Because yeah, it might be just in just simplest sense, it can be happiness that I feel every single day. But I try to consider it as like a dedication factor that drives me through painful times and fears and stuff like that. I try to like transform it into something else, because I believe like happiness is a state when you've done it, you finally can rest. And until I know that I'm not done with my work, I don't want to feel that final like rest, that feeling of that I'm done with that I have achieved everything. And it's not about the small steps that I can like really appreciate and stop for it. I usually stop for a second and tap my shoulder that yeah, this was a great job, keep moving forward, next week is coming, the sun is up, you have to do that. But I don't want to feel that full 100% comfortable place, because I know that my mind is not built for that feeling, because when it hits me, I'm dropped into a pit of convenience that I actually have trouble with climbing out from, I would say. Because when I feel fully comfortable with my life, when I feel fully like appreciated, then my mind starts to be lazy. It doesn't work in a way that I really want it to be working. It's like a state when everything is about to shut down. My body, my motivation, discipline and stuff like that, I start to lose these things throughout this state when I feel 100% fine with myself. Of course, for every single person, it's different. There are some people out there like you, Roland, who really need positive feelings and comfortableness and convenience and stuff like that in order to have a rest and then keep moving forward. But for me, I can't let myself to be 100% comfortable with myself, because then my whole system would shut down that I've been building for years. It's not the same, and this is why all humans are beautiful, I would say so, because we are operating differently. And I believe that you are different as well, Domi, when it comes down to like this situation, whether you let yourself to be 100% happy.
Well, satisfaction isn't equal to stopping. So, as an example, when you're working out and you see the progress you've made, you don't necessarily stop because you're happy with that. You will keep moving forward, even if you're satisfied. So like, why would you stop doing something that you causing you great feelings? And also we can see this whole thing as a scientific stuff, so we can talk about serotonin and dopamine levels and things like that, because is in a way we can make difference between this dopamine level that we are experiencing. So in a way, what we're talking about is just different hormones causing you feelings that you get by doing things that will start that process in your body. Because what we're experiencing really is that these hormones working, and it can be misleading because like talking about pornography, watching porn will cause you that dopamine level, high happiness feeling, but still it won't last for long. And
it's like just a hit.
yeah, it's just a hit. Absolutely. And
It's the same with all the
so-
substances like cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, things like that.
and what you have mentioned, Roland, is there are differences between happinesses really, because there are many ways to see satisfaction, but not so. The main point here is you have to accept, you have to feel glad and happy without stopping. When you don't appreciate what you have, when you don't not necessarily stop, but be aware of the fact that great things happening to you, that this will let you move forward. This will motivate you. If you don't if you don't focus on those feelings, you will, I think, burn out at a point in life. Because
Yeah, that might be a situation. Yeah,
Yeah,
100% agreement on this. Would you like to elaborate this as well, or can we add our thoughts?
of course, go
Oh
on.
yeah, so like, for me, don't get me wrong, when it comes down to other people that surrounds me, that I'm like all about like my horizon should be as broad as it could be when it comes down to others and other people in my life, that I have to give like advice, who I have to give like motivation and stuff like that. But when it comes down to me, myself, I believe I'm one of the most like radical person that I know about when it comes down to talking to myself and self-talk, and what I am letting myself to do and what I'm not. Because I know that I would be so lazy if I would have like a simple minute of like like that full satisfaction. Like, of course, I'm satisfied with myself, but at the same time, I tell myself every single day that you're just a piece of shit. So like, I try to balance this out in a sense. Like when I see myself in the mirror, I'm all about training and workout. You all know that. When I see myself in the mirror, I usually tell myself like, yeah, it's great that you've achieved that. Just a tap on my shoulder, yeah, you've done that, but you have to keep moving forward as well at the same time. So for me, satisfaction is all about just a simple like reflection at that specific state in my life that I've achieved, and that's that. I cannot be fully satisfied with myself because of like my radical ideas, and this is why I actually can't take compliments from strangers or from friends and stuff, because
By the way, Patrick, you're doing really well.
thank you very much. Yeah, you've just confused me in a sense. Like, yeah, like because of like I believe that I shouldn't give like so much attention to others' opinions, including my family and stuff like that. Sometimes my friends as well. So this actually causes me like the struggle with taking compliments as well at the same time. And I know it's not a healthy thing. I know it's not good for me. But I do have to be radical with myself because this is the only way I can operate, unfortunately. And I'm okay with that. I'm aware of that. I'm trying to work on that to be more positive in a way. I'm trying to focus on actually being satisfied in my own word, in my own on my own how do you say that? On my own rules and stuff like that. So
Yeah, but
it's complicated.
yeah, but I think that like everybody has their own rules in these terms, and it's via differentiate people by person, and for example, my experience is very contrary, like completely contrary to yours. Uh, I I always want to live my happy moments, and I want to give myself. I don't care if like I will like uh waste some time with it. I will settle down and be with that satisfaction and enjoyment. And for example, personally, I suck it up when I am not let to have my moment, to not have my moment of happiness. When you know, because life goes through, and when you are happy, and you want to live that, but the next thing comes, and something shit comes next. I really got confused because of it, because I didn't have the time to enjoy my happiness, enjoy my accomplishment. I really need that. And I think like in this sense, happiness will be very different for everyone. Like how you live happiness is very different for everybody. But what is, I think, not different is that, of course, not counting extreme situations, so like you always got happy things in your life. You always have things to be happy for in your life. Because I a lot of times experience that with people like to see their life way worse than it actually is, and like the bad things, challenges they face with tend to overwrite all the happiness, all the good things that they have in life, and that's not really good. Like you shouldn't see one thing always, you should see both, you know.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
And so, what is the purpose of life? I mean, that's a deep topic. But really, in the end, if you look back to your life, if you only see hard work and just hard times, and you don't really you look back and only see and don't see those happy moments, then you might be on the wrong way, because I mean, we have one life. For God's sake, appreciate that we have it and be glad to have it.
100% agree.
And another thing I want to explain, that acceptance is the key here. So wherever you're in life, accepting yourself and the surroundings will have a huge impact. So accepting what you can't change, because there will be indicators and surroundings, people or situations where you don't have that much power to influence the thing. Of course, focus on the things that you can change, but accept where you are and well, keep moving forward, but really do not push so hard to not have any moment to be glad that you have it.
You know what's the craziest part? That I consider myself to be in the lesser percent of people who are actually fully enjoy every single painful moment as well, even though it triggers me, it hurts me, but I'm enjoying it because I know it's process, that I know I'm not in like a state that I don't know whether I'm evolving or not, in a sense, you know, like I'm truly happy, like, yeah, I've just stated that I'm truly delightful, happy, thankful at the same time, that I can actually cause myself discomfort, pain, fears, stuff like that. So like I'm creating problems for me every single day that I have to solve, and this kind of idea that I'm really enjoying solving problems and trying to figure out a way how to tackle my fears is my enjoyment. So like,
Good for you.
this progress is stressful. Yeah, at the same time, it's stressful, it's terrifying, but I'm really enjoying it at the same time as well. It's like for me, it's not de-stress that we've mentioned in the previous podcast, it's EU stress for me. This is like this euphoric feeling that I can't explain how it feels, because at the same time I'm terrified but ambitious as fuck as well. These two actually are contradict, but this is why I would say it's a euphoric feeling every single day that I need to tackle these fierce problems. I have to solve my shit. Then it's like a blessed situation for me, because this is what I live for. This is what I'm all about, solving problems and to trying to make progress. And this is what delights me in the end, because I would be so down at the end of the day if I couldn't just do one more step forward. Just one more. I don't need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I just need one small step forward for every single day, then I'm done. And at the end of the day, I can say that I've tried. Yes, I failed so many times, but at the same time, I've made a little bit of progress as well.
So the major thing in that is purpose.
Yeah, purpose.
Having the
And
purpose.
this obsession with work and your stuff that you're doing. I'm clearly obsessed, as you can hear that I'm trying to explain here. And in a positive way, of course. I'm not obsessed in a negative way, but a positive way, that I can do my shit every single day, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah. And by the way, you mentioned this like the being terrified and being ambitious is contrary. Not 100%. Not 100%. There are two ways in this which I see. Being terrified either cancels out your ambition or fuels it, or completely fuels your ambition. Because being terrified, I experienced that so many times, that can make you ambitious, because then you know that you're terrified, and you're terrified for a reason, and if it has a reason, then you've got something to do.
Yeah, you are
It's
blessed. You are blessed.
Yeah, because
You can make progress. Yeah.
yeah, because then you know that there is a reason, then there is something meaningful to do that. And the difference between the two ways is that people who experience that being terrified cancels out ambition, they don't see the reason. They don't see the reason why they are terrified. And you know,
At the same time, sorry, would
Yeah.
you call it as an euphoric experience as well sometimes?
Yeah.
Because for me, it's quite like,
well,
I just can explain to me what I really feel at the moment, at the specific time, but I'm enjoying it as fuck,
yeah,
even though I'm terrified at the same time.
what I could very well compare it to is my fear of heights. I have an incredibly huge fear of heights, and you know, when you go to like a watchtower, to a beautiful place, to like in a forest or in a hill mountain, I always experience that I'm going up, I'm feeling incredibly terrified. It overwhelms me a lot, and I always like dare that, like I will fall, I will fall, I will fall. But then again, I'm up there, and I'm just go like, what the fuck, this is amazing.
Yeah.
This is incredible. I don't want to miss out on this, but I'm still terrified, but also amazed.
That thought actually explains my stuff here, because my, like, the stuff that I fear the most is to, like, imagine like I'm on my deathbed, and I'm like not satisfied what I've done in life, and that moment that when you realize that like, I believe something Washington, I don't know the exact name of the person,
Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington said this, that true hell arrives when you meet those those souls and those people around your deathbed that you could have become, because you've missed on so many opportunities. And this is what I fear the most in my life, that I don't want to be on my deathbed with any kind of today just don't come to me, as a matter of fact, like with this undelightful sense, like in a situation.
Yeah. I can totally get that.
Yeah, I partly. So we're talking about happiness. It shouldn't be all about achieving things, because so I've like to mention a story which I've read in a book. So there is one guy who didn't have anything. He lived on the street, slept on a bench in the park, and he was completely okay with that. And he stated that he haven't ever felt better. That is also happiness. That's also uh, uh, satisfaction. What we're talking about.
I would
And
say that it's like more of like great attitude towards this shitty situation.
But this is, you know, I think, and this is a little bit philosophical, but like, the real situation of happiness is this, not just the positive things can fuel it, but the negative. And if just to take an example, your comfort zone can fuel the happiness, and being out of your comfort zone can fuel your happiness. And then, maybe this is the best example. And like, they are totally contrary, but both of them can make you happy. And we can get through all of different situations, which have shitty and positive sides. Both of them usually can make you happy. And it's very weird, I think, that like, happiness does not have a direct source. There's not an exact key of happiness because it does not have a direct source. Because nearly anything can cause you happiness. It's just up to you, up to you how you see it. And that person saw that situation as it's good. It's genuinely good.
It's all about how you, how's your attitude towards things.
Yeah, sort of, because like, if you think about it,
like I can set an example throughout my experiences.
Yeah.
Like there are people out there who are actually when there are problems in their lives and there are fear, pain, stuff like that, they are like they are not happy because of their bad attitude that they set towards these things, because they are like they don't consider these like problems and fears and painfulness as an opportunity to evolve as a person. They don't see like the like those ideas that can solve these problems and these issues of their lives. But there's me who see this completely different, that I'm actually glad that I have problems because I know that I'm alive, and then I know that I actually need to think how to overcome these fears and problems. And this is when I'm like in a full sense I'm happy. Like I really enjoy myself because I can actually overcome these problems, and then I know that I've made progress at the same time, and I've tackled those stuff in life that most people can't, and then I'm proud of myself. But in a split second there's another problem coming, and I just don't have like enough time, you've mentioned that before, to be 100% comfortable with yourself, because life goes on, the sun will be up, and yeah, that's that.
yeah. So happiness really can come from lots of different things. And I think what we haven't touched yet, but is really important to touch, is programs. Is when you are with your friends, when you're socializing, when you having fun.
For me it's like a whole different word that I've just mentioned.
Yeah,
That's like my comfortable place. When I'm with you guys, when I'm with the community that I genuinely love being with, this is my safe place. That is my comfortable place. But when it comes down to like individual stuff, that I'm out of my comfort zone instantly, and I can find myself like making progress again and again. And of course right now here we are making progress as well, but I feel more comfortable here in a sense, you know.
Yeah, it's, I think this is a very very common thing that like your safe spaces around the people you love.
Yeah, absolutely. So do not misunderstand my past sentences. I'm just like you in this way, but I wanted to make an argument here
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah. So, like-
because we have to face it. We have to see it in a different perspectives
Yeah.
to really see the whole picture.
You try to be
But
like.
still, I'm also like trying to push my limits to the end, really, and face challenges, overcome my fears, things like that.
This is what makes you satisfied
Yeah.
in the end.
So I want to get out
Yeah.
more and more of this life,
Yeah.
because that's why would I lie on my back the whole day watching Netflix when I can achieve
Yeah.
real things
Yeah.
that will high risk, high reward. When you put more effort in something, when you meet failure over and over again, then when you finally accomplish your goal, that will be a huge amount of happiness. Well, yeah, happiness. Proudness.
Yeah, yeah, proudness.
That's the right thing.
Delightful state.
And proudness.
yes.
That is what I think really count, because those moments when you know you had a hard time, but still you overcome it.
Yeah.
So like I can show you the example of driving license. I failed 3 times, and right now I'm currently happy with having it, and I'm more proud right now if I have done it for the first time. I appreciate it more because I've had a hard time with it. Right now I'm more glad because I've put in more effort. It was hard for me, and still, when I finally get out of the car and the inspector said me that congratulations, you have your license, that proudness was a feeling of lifetime.
Yeah. 100% agree.
Yeah.
Okay, right away.
You know what is I think not weird but like a little bit different in my situation. Did so I both consider myself somebody who's an overachiever, but as well is sort of lazy, sort of rests and stuff. So like I think for me it's very the situation where both of the contrary things can give me happiness. For example, I can be really happy with people around me. I really like being with people, but I also really like being with myself. I also really like being alone, or I really like doing 100 things a day and like having progress from 10 to literally 4 a.m. But also I can be really happy when I've got a day when I'm just watching Netflix all day. All of these things can make me happy. I don't know like why, I just know they do. And I mean I think it's great. I mean I like it. Of course.
And the funny thing, when you can enjoy your own company, then others will enjoy it too. Others will want to spend more time with you. That's the real shit here. So accepting yourself as a whole and then going to other people, that's is the right order. So first you have to be okay with yourself, and then others will see you as a confident and strong individual. So your connections will get better and better. So you how could I ask for people to believe in me if I don't even believe in myself?
Of course. Yes, definitely. 100% agreement on this. By the way, thank you for the comment, and we hope that you have the same as well. We actually really appreciate these kind of comments, and we are really glad that you are from another country as well, and we are actually like
We are actually happy for it.
yeah. It's a matter of time.
Spreading the word with happiness.
Yeah.
The whole fucking world.
Yeah, and of course the same to you, my guy, as well.
Yeah.
The same.
Exactly. And
Can I just add something else that just Domi stated, like for that?
yeah, of course.
So like, yeah, in order to be a fulfilled person, you and to belong to a community that really builds you. At the same time, you really need to concentrate on yourself as well, and to make progress in your like for yourself at the same time, whilst you're trying to spread awareness in that community and trying to give motivation to other people as well. So like the inspiration, motivation and dedication is actually like transferred to people in the group like 24/7, vice versa, every single day. And this is how a great community actually can be built up, that people are gaining motivation from others and they are sharing as well. So it's all about giving and sharing at the same time, and this is how you can evolve as a person. But you really need to put in the work into that as well, because this is the only way how it works. This is the only way how a relationship can work. At the same time that there's a significant person beside you, you need to concentrate on yourself, on your well-being, because if you feel down, if you feel bad about yourself, then the other person will notice after a short amount of time or a long amount of time, it doesn't matter. They will notice in the end, and they will feel down as well, because you both are in a connection that is quite precious, and you feel the same as the others do. And this is why it's really important to balance these things out and try to motivate each other at the same time, concentrating on the other person, but at the same time on you as well, because if you feel good, then the other will definitely. Yeah. Because like it's like a race. When you're the second person, for instance, but like in a sense the first person gives you motivation because maybe they are better, and then you can follow them. But then you have the lead, and that person who actually was previously at the first place, they will become second, and then you are at the first place, but they will gain motivation because of you, because you've overcome them, and this will go on as well.
Yeah,
so
so
it's like healthy competition.
Running competition.
Yeah.
When you're together, and both of you will get faster and faster to get in front of the other, and therefore both of you will reach more and more than you ever thought. And also, I'd like to mention that one of the best fulfillments in life is helping others. So that's
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, definitely.
So we are social creatures, and what will connect this whole world together is building together. And what I see today, and what can everybody see if they look at YouTube, that these social experiments, well, I just want to cry after those. Like seeing how unaware people can be with people in need. Those are really, really sad videos when they just want help and nobody gives a fuck about people in need.
It's because of the materialistic world and this accelerated shit that we live in. I would say so.
Yeah,
100%.
you know what is also like, we not necessarily have to talk about Bagash's Earth facing with mankind facing with not just that, in everyday life. So from so many people, I just miss the basic kindness, empathy. And like when you just, you know, I don't know, it's hard to say an example, but typically, so when people just literally don't see you, just get through you, if that makes sense. It's like the little things that when you are in a crowd, you're in a shop, and you know everybody is trying to getting further and doesn't care about others, and why you don't care about others, just in a basic sense, and why you can just simply kind to people.
Yeah,
They didn't hurt you,
and it doesn't cost anything to be kind to people.
yeah.
That's the best thing in it.
And you know what is weird, and this is a very school situation, but still it has happened. So you know, putting up the chairs at the end of classes, like 90% of people don't, 90% of the students, and they have cleaner, who is like pretty old and like small, and of course it is harder for her to put up the chairs, and I always stay there after class to just put up the chairs, because I know that it's way easier for me to do, and it's just 1 extra second of my life, and she is always so thankful, and I'm like, this should be basic. I mean, this shouldn't be something that you're thankful for. This should be basic, because it's 1 minute of my life.
Yeah.
You know, and
but I would say we have to separate like all of the sectors of life when you
of course,
be kind and stuff like that. Because there are some situations in life and sectors of life when you have to be cruel.
Yeah, I
This is the unfortunate thing, because we live in a race. It's a competition because of this fucking corporate world.
Yeah, 100%.
When it comes down to business and career, you have to be cruel as fuck, unfortunately. But when it comes down to human connections and overall kindness, this is what really matters.
Yeah.
Actually, by the way.
And you know, it's just a so easy way to make others happy. It really is just a so easy way.
You know why? You know why it's easy to make others happy in today's world? Because they don't get much attention, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And most of these people who are thankful for these little actions from you are one of those people who are hungry for happiness, but they actually can't get it because of like disabilities and because of those people who are actually surrounding them, because they are cruel as fuck.
Or just life
Yeah.
circumstances,
So-
yeah, life
which
circumstances.
A lot of people considers their surroundings as a sure thing. So when you have food, when you have a house to live in, that you consider it as a fact that won't change. It's an exact thing, and when you lose something that you were sure about, then you start to appreciate what you have. But lots of people, including me, really don't really focus on what they have, but what they don't have, and what they want to have. And this constant race can be demotivating and leading to unfulfillment, because be thankful for what you have in life. Most of people don't have those great connections, those healthy food, healthy water, and things like that. And for what is basic for somebody, what is common, what is foundation for somebody, might not be might be just a goal to another soul.
Yeah. Also, you know what made me think actually today? Like I've got the idea from Europe though, that like, you know, call one of your friends or somebody you love and tell them you appreciate them, like straight up. And you know, firstly, I felt weird. You know why I felt weird? Because we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't tell the people we love that we appreciate them, that we have them in our life. And the situation is weird because of it. And I was like, wait up, I will straight up do it. With one of my friends, I will do it. And I did it, stuff that's not the point. The point is like, so we don't express our appreciation towards others, towards the people who we love being with, and that's bad. That's bad, because you know, you've got limited time with those who you are surrounded with, and sometimes these things are really important, and telling one of your mates, one of your friends, one of your family members that can make them happy and you happy as well.
Yeah.
And that's just one little sentence, like literally we're talking about one sentence, nothing else. And of course, no one says that like you should straight up call all of your loved ones and tell them no, this shouldn't be like that. It just, when you feel like, you should tell them.
Just tell it.
Yeah, I appreciate that I have you guys,
Yeah.
and like 100%.
I love you, babe. Sorry.
Yeah, just like that. It's a simple thing, but it makes a great effect at the same time as well. So it's like, most people don't consider this to be like a great gift or something, but they will be more fulfilled after this one simple sentence, even though it's not like something like an object that you can touch, that you can feel visually, physically, stuff like that. Even though it's not that, it's more precious. Of course, it differentiates when it comes down to, of course, other humans and people as well. So, like, I actually can ask you after this, guys, that do you believe that, like, can you buy happiness with money?
No,
Do you
no.
believe in? Do you believe in that?
No way.
You can build a foundation of that. So this is if you have enough money to lead a basic lifestyle. So eat food and have a
Clean water.
have clean water, have a
Roof. Yeah.
have a roof over your head, then that's enough. Over that, it depends on you, and you can literally make somebody's day with just one sentence, as you stated, and just imagine. Everybody, just imagine what would happen if everybody would live with this mindset. So just making others these little things that matters.
Yeah. Also, I think I'll always consider money as a tool. It's a tool in life. It's a tool to live a stable life, and it can be a tool to happiness. I think we like shouldn't try to idolize that. Like, yeah, sometimes money is a tool for happiness because traveling is happy and you need a lot of money for it, and it's very happy thing in your life, or having different experiences which call for your happiness, and yeah, money is a tool for it. But alone with money, it won't work. You have it and then you can suck it up. Like what you do with it after it? If you don't make it into something that you like, or that you, we also can consider something that you are improving from, but by the way, because that will cause you happiness too, or anything that like gets you further, gets you more experience into your life, then you can suck up your money.
Yeah,
I think.
definitely. Like, money without purpose is useless, but purpose without money is not fun.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Period.
Yeah. That's that. Easy as that. For instance, for me, one of my goals is to donate on like a yearly basis. Like, yeah, I can say $1 million to like one of those big like institutions that helps like people with cancer treatments, with those ones who have disabilities, environmental protection, who deals with environmental protection, to donate those ones who are really in need, to Africa, to those regions of the world that are really like in a bad situation. I really want to do that, and it would make me so happy that I can give away like a shit ton of money. And this is one of my purpose in life. Truly one of my purpose and goals is to make as much money as I can, a lot of it. Like, I want to see every single day like thousands of dollars in my bank account, but not for me, but for others. And I don't really want to live like those lives, you know, when I'm able to drive like a Lamborghini and stuff like that, when I have a private jet, when I have a private island and shit like that. I don't care about these stuff at all. Like, yeah, it can be, in the end, it can be delightful, of course, and it can be a purpose as well. But for me, my agenda is all about giving back to those people who really helped me. And like, even though like my parents don't believe in me at the moment, when it comes down to like terms in years, whether I will be successful or not, I really hope I will be in the end. Like, I really want to give them back something, and it actually can be managed without money as well. But with money, this purpose actually can become something which is so precious that cannot be like overwritten by those things that actually don't need money at all.
The purpose of helping others is a shit ton of amount of motivation. So it can't even be compared to the purpose of trying to improve your lifestyle. So when others are in the picture too, your dedication to reaching that goal will improve by a shit amount of number.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I really believe in the fact that what you give, this is what you will get. What you give, this is exactly what you will get from life.
True.
When you donate, when you give people hope, money, purpose, motivation, speech,
And
time, stuff like that, then you will get the same.
and not on the spot, of course.
It's a long-term
yeah.
investment. Long-term investment.
And
into the
sometimes
universe.
you have to wait 10, 20 years to get it back. But if you have the patience to wait for it and still help those in need, then I believe somehow life will give it.
Definitely.
So
It's like
somehow,
investing into the universe.
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, I think this is gonna be. I thought it would be a great idea of mine to bring in Europe a little bit. I will see what you think about it, but I always. So I think like since like 4th grade or 5th grade, I dreamt about like trying out Europe and doing Europe. And you know, the years followed. First, it was just the little guy who was interested in it. It's still the same situation. Just now, I see one thing clearly, that I have a purpose with it, and this purpose, I'm not talking about huge viewer numbers or huge subscriber numbers. For me, a purpose would be like to make people think, to make people act, to make people know more about things, to help them in this sense throughout Europe, to maybe motivate them, to maybe give them new ideas, new knowledge, and stuff like that. And that is like, even if it's not like a direct help of money, it's something that I know I want to give people, because motivation, knowledge, or just seeing people getting out there is as valuable as money.
Yeah.
In a sense, of course, in a very different sense, but it can be as valuable.
Yes, definitely.
And if one day like this has its this has reached in that like maybe who knows that like Europe or with something else I will reach this goal of mine, then I will be like one of the happiest person on earth, in a sense.
Because you've done your purpose, you've
Yeah.
done your goal, you've done what you live for actually. So you may say that, yeah, I've done it. This is that, and
Yeah.
this is the time when you're actually not afraid of dying anymore. When you're not afraid of death, because you know that you've created something, you've made a purpose, and you've done it, and you've helped a lot of people, and you've achieved what you wanted to do, and this is a true happiness. And because of this true 100% satisfaction that we've mentioned at the very beginning, my life goal is that 100% satisfaction. happiness and delightfulness, thankfulness, and feeling blessed to that I was able to do all of this. And with that sense, I won't be afraid of death anymore. And it doesn't matter whether I will reach this goal of mine in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. If
80.
if I have the opportunity to be able to do this before the year of 40 of mine, then at 40 years old, at 40 years old, I would say, yeah, I'm ready to die, because like I've done my thing, I've enjoyed it, and I'm not afraid of dying anymore because I've done my purpose. And
Well, that's deep.
Well, like that makes a lot of sense because
it doesn't matter how many years you live if you don't live in those years. It's not about how many years you live, it's about how much you live.
yeah,
It's all about that.
and
It's all about that.
and you know why people don't get further with their purpose? Because they are afraid of that. Because it's like, you know, in a little sense, when you have a time limit, when you've got a time limit to do an assignment to your class, it's way more stressful, and you're not seeing it clearly because you've got a time limit to do it. And that's actually the same with life. You've got a time limit, and that scares people.
But of course, you are not like aware of whether you will be gone in the next.
Yeah,
few
of
days
course,
or
of
not.
course.
Yeah.
You just know that you have a limit. You have some
And,
time that it will happen.
that is also a motivating factor, because I don't know what will happen if I knew that I would die in 1 year. How would I change my behavior towards others, towards myself, towards everything, if I knew that I have only 1 year to finish my purpose in the world?
I think like there is I can have a really great example with a really great person. I've just read a book about him, named Stephen Hawking. So Stephen Hawking was diagnosed with ASL in the age of 24, 25, around that, and the doctor said that, like,
Vegetable.
yeah, he got 1-2 years left. That's it. It has to be known that, like, of course he was talented, but he was an incredibly lazy person. He learned he was at Oxford University, but he didn't learn much. He didn't care much about stuff. You know, he was the typical talented kid who doesn't care about anything. So what happened is that he got know that he will die, and then he immediately started putting so much effort into physics and into discoveries, and then he started working incredibly hard to have something made, to make something in this world. And of course we also know that he lived way longer, which is also really incredible. That, like,
I believe he just died recently, like,
yeah,
2 years ago, right? 3
years ago. 3 years ago.
And when was he born? Like
in 1948 or something like that.
like
He was in the age of 70 something when he died, and he was told to be died. The doctor said he will die at the age of 26 and 27, and he constantly had that he can die the next day. He could die the next day, like, straight up, and because he had to accept that, and because he knew that, he put so much effort that we could say he become one of the greatest scientists of his era.
Yeah, without actually writing down any simple thing.
Yeah, imagine like he became one of the greatest mathematician and physicist without being capable of writing equations. Like,
So this is really the perfect example to this whole thing. So it doesn't matter what qualities you have, because your purpose, your wanting to get something, to put something on the desk, will have the impact.
yeah,
Not that I was born and I'm a perfect basketball player. That's the example I know.
but yeah, you're very right, I think. And
The only disability in your life is a bad attitude. There are no disabilities. Stephen Hawking.
yeah,
has proven
again,
that. There are no disabilities in your life, just a bad attitude, and that's that. Money doesn't matter. Physical health, no one cares about that at all. Of course, if you have it, you are so fucking blessed because you have one more thing
to be
behind
grateful
you
was.
to be grateful for and behind you that actually can boost you on your way. But the only way to reach your goals, to get your purpose done, is with a great attitude, and this is the only way.
So imagine that you have lost your leg. Now what you're doing, you can either be depressed and angry about this whole thing because you have lost, I don't know, 1000 opportunities in life. But if you look at if you take a closer look, you still have 9000 opportunities left that you can still do in your life.
Yeah.
So really, mindset is the key right there.
Of course.
Yeah, also.
And just a quick note: no leg days anymore. Fuck yeah! You don't have to worry about your small calves, man. It's all about that. No painful legs. Jesus Christ.
What happened? I'm done. I'm done. My chicken legs.
My chicken legs are finally gone. Thank God.
And also, by the way, being able to laugh at certain situations, stressful situations, being able to laugh when things get hard, or laugh when you feel down, will also have a huge impact.
Definitely. See the
Yeah.
fun in the funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. I mean,
You have to see the fun in the
yeah,
funeral.
you really have to. Why is it just think again very different is how people do that. Just from personal experience, there are things when I know, for example, for me, joking would make things worse, and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't mean that, but that's you, by the way. Yeah, of course. So this and these things, I think, what comes in is self-consciousness. Is that like you know what is okay for you and you know what is not okay for you, and that is something that helps happiness a lot too, because I think it's completely okay to, like, when you've got you have a situation and you ask your parents to, like, hey, not joke about this because it's not okay with me, you know. Or
It's totally fine.
yeah, of course. Or the opposite way as well. Please just make fun of it because I want to laugh. I don't want to think about it.
Yeah,
Just make fun.
Every single person has a different coping mechanism.
Yeah. Also, I think you've got different coping mechanisms for different situations.
Yes, as well.
Yeah. What I also say, we didn't much touch the topic of just casual living, and because we concentrate a lot on goals and achieving and stuff like that. But also there is another part of happiness when you just live your life, and that is as important as achieving, I think.
So, watching the video, I've been watching it for a long time, and it gave me some new ideas. So, imagine if you could really imagine your day, your whole day, and just put somewhere a quick dance with somebody. So instead of being angry and stressed about something, you can just stand up, go to your loved one, and start to dance for 5 minutes. It doesn't take so much, but you will feel better, the other person will feel better, and these little things in life, in everyday life, like when you're going to work, you can start singing without any purpose, and
This is what like coping mechanisms are about, mainly. When you have like something you have to face, anger, like any kind of issue throughout the day, then you try to cope with these somehow. With anger, you can go and have a dance session with your partner, maybe. Or when you have when you have to work, you can start. But you can take off like working just by singing, and it's great. I would say so. I hope you all, yeah, there are 4 people, so I recommend there.
Yeah.
depression is coming.
Because also I really consider that like but we're concentrating on your purpose and on your life. Also really need to sometimes just chill the fuck out, really, and just enjoy. And there will be times when you can. There are things when you can just enjoy, because it's a social event, because it's a series or whatever, something that you just genuinely enjoy, and casual happiness is as important as happiness from reaching goals and from bigger things than that. Even if it's even if it's pretty cliche, but you need to live your life, like.
And,
I would say that in order to fuel yourself every single day to make up for the purpose of yours, you need to fool yourself from something, and this is casual living and casual happiness. And in order to reach the long term, you really need this kind of fuel throughout your days, and this is that specific fuel of yours. Casual happiness makes you happier, delightful, and then you can move on with your work and invest this delightfulness into the long-term stuff as well.
Yeah.
So it's like a circulation.
let's take a look at children. Oh my god. So anytime you will walk past a playground, just think about it for a second. Those children playing with one ball, just throwing at each other, will look happy. They are feeling happy inside, and they don't need anything really. just themselves and their mindset. And what is said that I experience in myself, that I've lost the child sometimes in myself. I'm
okay.
not anymore childish. It's okay. And this you need to get more mature during your years, but it can be really annoying when somebody is all about being mature and being that adult that lost the child in themselves, and being able to enjoy everyday life. So when you're so serious with the things you're doing, you will eventually won't find that feeling of fulfillment.
Yeah, I can definitely agree. And you know what is really important, especially in today's society, as we just touched, this competitive society and this overachieving society, is just don't feel or like you shouldn't be feeling guilt that you just enjoying sometimes thing and you are not productive and you sometimes just chill out, because it's okay, it's a completely human thing to do, so it's cool. And because social media again tends to give us the vibe that you need to work every hour that you can work. And yeah, work a lot of hours and work for your goals, that's really good, but don't do it too much. Don't do it too much that it takes away of those enjoyments too. If don't do it that much that you don't got time to be with your friends, to have a possibility to watch something that catches you off or whatever that you enjoy doing. There could be a whole lot of things which are casual enjoyments,
Says the guy who sleeps 4 to 6 hours a day because he is practicing physics and chemistry during the night. That's from that guy. Introducing Roland here, to be
And
exact.
why I am.
Yeah, of course he's fucking around until 12 p.m. So he literally does nothing throughout the
Morning.
the morning, from the morning
Oh.
until lunchtime maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I also adding to that, when I when there is school and the schedule is that I've got to get up early, and stuff like that, and I've got to do stuff at the morning, then I usually stay up so late that I've got time to watch a series, to read book. That's reading a book. That's saying from me is very weird, but it's actually happening. I'm not a big reader to
But on the other
make
hand,
it in contest.
he doesn't read fantasy. He doesn't read.
I read fantasy. That's a fucking fantastic.
But it's
book.
at the same time, it's all about self-development.
That's a
as well.
fantasy. But it's
In
completely fantasy.
English, it's already improvement, so it isn't your mother language.
But
If you ask
I mean,
your generation about this thing, they would talk about an English book as a hard thing because it isn't
Yeah, but
easily understandable.
because for me, reading is genuinely hard. So I don't differentiate reading in English or reading in Hungarian because it will be hard in Hungarian too. But because I enjoy the book, I consider it enjoyment.
because you consider reading hard, then it's an improvement that you
Yeah,
read.
but
So
also-
Yeah,
fuck you with him.
accept it.
Just
But
fuck
I
you
You
with
bastard.
him. Just fuck you with him.
But I also mentioned that I'm watching series during this
This is
night.
the only way. Like, yeah, live your casual life. By the way, he just watches series. Fuck. Yeah. So like, yeah. Nah.
Fuck
yeah,
you, honest.
Yeah, I can totally agree with him.
I also
I'm
no.
not saying.
I
By the
think
way.
Also one thing to add to that. Even if I do a lot of stuff and try to be very productive, if there is a possibility to meet with someone, I will try to rearrange my day. And if it's about socializing and being with friends, I won't care. I will rearrange my days.
Same here, bro.
Yeah, that's true. By the way.
Yeah.
So, like, and I'm not different. By the way, so I read self-development books and nothing else when it comes down to books.
True.
When I'm on YouTube, I watch podcasts and listen to them, and I usually watch those videos that really inspire me throughout the day. Sometimes I watch Logan Paul as well, so it's like it can be like an
That's just
fucking English words does not come to me today. Like exception, yeah, that can be an exception when I watch Logan Paul, but this is it. Then I finish school,
from those
start-
videos, you can get the new ideas to how can we improve our podcast channel, for example.
Yeah,
so
yeah, and
so
by the way,
everything we do in life will somehow
come together.
together.
Yeah, in a way, yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah, that's totally true.
But
I
like,
think we should fucking just end this.
So
I don't want to be rude, but
we don't even talk about
like, yeah, like the
happiness
happiness and
already.
stuff like that.
No.
yeah. So thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. And if you did, then hit us a like and subscribe to us. I promise we will cut more happy content to our channel. And if you want to get notified, then be sure to check the bell icon, and you can get notified on our social media, which is Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And on top of all that, if you could share this podcast, it would be just amazing. Thank you for the attention, and see you next time.
Happiness day.
Peace out, motherfuckers.
Fucking